someone in there? No, what did I ask you when I came in? No, you did not say that. I said, what about the male's restroom? And you said no. You said no. What? That's why I went outside. You said no. And I have witnesses. So are you picking and choosing?
Yes, he is.
You're picking and choosing.
And we're gonna take this all the way to court.
Someone's in there?
Yes, somebody's in there now. So I want him to say the same thing when I send this shit to corporate, because that shit is not right. They want everybody to pay for Jack in the Box, but they don't want to sit up there and do that.
Whatever.
Tell me where the freak's at.
It's like this that burned me, turned me inside out and learned me.
Judy fades.
Dumb as forever. Well, that's true.
Hennessy, who's suing Shantae Maxwell for $3,326 for car damages and pain and suffering resulting from a hit-and-run accident. But Shantae denies hitting Megan's car and says this is a case of mistaken identity.
All right, so what did you do? You've got the police telling you it doesn't come back to that car.
So naturally, I took it upon myself to check every single gold champagne-colored Mercedes of that make and model in my entire neighborhood every day I was driving around, because I figured, what else do I have to do, right? I'm in the look.
What else do you have to do?
Right. Yeah.
Live a life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You're talking about every champagne-colored Mercedes in
there
LA.
There aren't that many. It's an odd color. As she said, pewter.
It's not like a cherry red. It's
the minute you buy a car, you start seeing every car that looks like it.
Exactly.
So what happened?
Seriously.
4 months later is when I saw the car again.
4 months?
Yes.
You're looking for 4 months?
Yeah.
Every day on your way to work?
Yeah. I figured she lives really close by, so
because you were both getting on the same place?
Yeah, she got on directly behind me. And who gets on the freeway at 8 a.m.?
What do you do for a living, ma'am?
I'm in medical school. I pay attention, Your Honor.
You should be.
I look for things.
Yeah. You should be a detective.
Yeah.
So how did this, is this your husband?
Yes.
What did he think about your incessant search for the Holy Grail here?
He was not pleased, Your Honor.
No, come on up, sir.
He tired of hearing.
How was this for 4 months, day in and day out?
Borderline obsessive.
No, I don't think it's borderline.
There are so many Mercedes, like so many in California, like in Los Angeles.
I just want her to be happy and move on, and because I thought it was a lost cause.
Okay, so how did it not become a lost cause?
New Year's Eve.
Hawkeye Hennessy was on the case.
2009.
Okay.
We're on the 405, pretty much right in the same area on the other side of the freeway, and she spots the car. We're in a different car. We're in my truck at that point.
Okay.
So
we see the car drive by. It's Miss Maxwell in her Mercedes. And what convinces you that it's her?
The front end damage was still there as she drove away.
Same front end damage that you saw the day of the accident?
Indeed.
And what about the tag? How close was her tag to yours?
Everything was correct except for it was 435 at the end instead of 345 at the end. So weird, right?
Miss Maxwell.
They chased me down. Come down.
What? You picked the wrong person.
They chased me down completely. I look in my mirrors and I noticed a truck is following me, and they had been following me for quite a while. So I'm driving, and it is New Year's Eve, and I'm driving, getting ready to go to my best friend's house.
He's not trying to run you off the road or anything, right?
Oh, let me tell you.
No, I mean, when you see him, when you notice him.
When I first noticed them, they were driving behind me.
Just driving like anybody behind you.
She wasn't driving.
I switch lanes, they switch lanes. I speed up, they speed up. I didn't even know who it was. Like, I'm like, okay, this is getting really weird now. So I'm exiting the freeway because my friend lives close. And I'm calling her at the same time, like, I think there's somebody following me. I pull out, I'm driving recklessly.
I know what following you means. You
I am
have to break the street
terrified of my life, seriously.
Why didn't you go to the police station?
I couldn't even think about that. There was not even a police station near. My mind didn't even think of that. I was thinking of, let me get away from them, because who are they?
Did you see who's in the car?
I looked, and when I looked in my mirror, I seen him driving in her passenger seat.
Okay.
And I'm every corner that I turned, they literally turned out in traffic with me, like, recklessly. Like, my baby is in the car, you're not caring if you're gonna make me crash or anything.
What are you thinking? You got a baby in the car, drive to a police station.
But at the same time, I didn't know who this was. Like, I didn't know if you were trying to kill me. Who just goes around following somebody at that high speed?
People have been rear-ended by them.
I ended up losing them.
How'd you lose them?
I pulled in my friend's.
Front of traffic?
No, they
La
still
Cienega
followed.
Boulevard?
I pulled in my friend's parking stall.
But she
I
wasn't
got out the
driving.
car.
Okay,
I
Wait,
got out
hold
the
on, hold
car.
on. Okay, so you lose them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
seen them drive down my friend's street though. So it was really weird to me. That whole situation was weird, and I didn't know who it was for at least maybe.
Well, did you start, at the time you see him drive by and you have a moment to think, do you think to yourself that maybe it's the people that you had rear-ended?
I never rear-ended anyone.
I thought I'd get you with that. Okay. So anyway.
So,
all right, so
that's
tell me,
why I never
tell
thought
me what
about that.
happens.
Not one time. That never occurred to my mind.
So tell me what happens. You must call the police and say, I've got the right tag now.
Yes.
Okay.
I
so
immediately.
So you call the police and you report it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How is it your car has the same front end damage as the Mercedes that hit her?
See, what had happened at first was...
Because I was on my lunch break with my friend, and we were going into Wells Fargo, to the bank. We were going in the bank, and a guy was he was backing out of the Burger King parking lot. Apparently, he didn't want to wait in the drive-thru.
Okay.
So he was backing out of the Burger King the drive-thru. So as he was backing up, I was honking my horn like, stop, 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 stop. But he was going such a fast pace that he backed up into me. My friend is there, and she's, trying to calm
What
me
damage
down.
did he cause to your car?
He messed the whole front end up.
The whole front end?
Yes, it's like...
Backing up in from a drive-thru?
Yes, he backed up hard.
Was he backing up at like 30 miles an hour?
He backed up hard, Your Honor.
And the guy stuck around?
No, he stuck around to cuss me out. He hopped in his car and he drove off.
And he fled?
He fled.
And you got his tag?
Yes.
And you did not call the police to report?
No, I just went back to work.
You told me he totally jacked up your front end, your entire front end.
Well, it's the way it's not jacked up. It's
Are we downplaying the damages now?
No, I'm just telling you. I can tell you it was a headlight and a little bit of the hood and the bumper part.
Okay, which
it wasn't
remarkably
like a bashed in,
is consistent with your car going under hers and pushing the
That's
trunk.
a big coincidence from what she...
There's a lot of coincidences in this case. She gets rear-ended by a woman who looks like you driving not gold, a pewter Mercedes, right? And the car gets under hers, which means it's going to have hood damage. You have the same car with front end damage, right? Okay. This is what? How many months later?
But it's a Mercedes. My car is double.
Did you have insurance?
Did I have insurance at the time? No, I didn't.
No insurance. Did you have a license?
It was expired.
You know, those are the kind of things that make people flee the scene of a rear-end collision. No license, no insurance.
I didn't. I never had this. I never did this.
Let's hold on, because the coincidences continue. So you have the same looking car with consistent damage. You have a license plate that is identical with all the numbers, just inverted. The last three are inverted. Actually, 2 of the last 3 are inverted. How many do you think there are in the entire state of California with that tag?
But that's what she's telling you.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, but she can tell you what she wants to tell you.
So let's now get to the, I'm sorry?
That's what's documented in the report on the day of the accident and the supplemental.
No, it is in the report. The police report has everything she said at the time of the accident, okay? 345 and it's 435. Now here's the remarkable thing. She does have a rear-end collision with some guy at a Burger King parking lot.
And he says it.
It's in the police report.
Exactly.
And they contacted the guy. And you know what the guy said? He said, yeah, I backed into her. I was backing out at a slow speed, and they showed him the pictures of your front-end damage, and he said, no way.
Got him!
No way.
He also said that his wife or someone was in the car with him, and no one ever was in the car with him.
Let me tell you how this all boils down, okay? You fled the scene after rear-ending her car. You're responsible for the damages to her car, the rental bills. She's got the rental car bills. She's got medical bills here and physical therapy bills, which she's getting reimbursed for. She is suing for pain and suffering. She could have sued you for the maximum pain and suffering and gotten more money against you because you fled the scene. And I'm not very sympathetic with people who flee the scene when somebody has been injured. I'm not sympathetic to people who flee the scene when nobody's been injured, but certainly not when they're injured, okay? Because that is a felony, all right? So the bottom line is you're going to reimburse her $3,410, every penny, and then you're going to go deal with the consequences for the criminal charges. Good luck to you, all right?
All right.
Mayhew is suing Tara Patterson in the amount of $550. Ms. Mayhew claims Ms. Patterson ruined her comforter during a murder mystery night she hosted at her house. Ms. Patterson claims someone pushed her and she accidentally spilled wine on the plaintiff's comforter. But when she offered to get the comforter cleaned, Ms. Mayhew refused.
In the matter of Gretchen Matthew versus Tara Patterson, and you're suing Miss Matthew for $550 for a comforter?
Yes. It was a fairly new comforter. It was a gift from my boyfriend.
It must have been silk.
I mean, actually, I thought the same thing, but when you look up how much comforters tend to cost, it was actually kind of on the lower side.
Anyway, so what happened? Why are you suing your friend for $550 for your comforter?
We've been friends for like 10 years almost.
But you've known that for 10 years. Why would you have her anywhere near your white comforter set?
Well, that's the thing. She wasn't supposed to be anywhere near it. I was having a murder mystery birthday party. I've been wanting to have one for a couple years now. And so I chose a small group of people. I was explaining the rules of the game. Don't go upstairs and stay in character. Those were the 2 rules. But she, like always, didn't show up to the party on time. The party was supposed to be at 6 o'clock. It was very clear. And so at 6 o'clock, that was when the game was intended to start. And so she shows up at 6:40, and by that point, I didn't want to make everybody else pay for her tardiness. She gets there, and then 2 minutes within getting there, she takes a phone call. We're having dinner now. She takes a phone call, and she's outside for 20 minutes. When she comes back in, I guess she grabbed herself a second or third glass of wine and decided to go looking for all of us because she didn't know where anybody was because she wasn't there.
And I just got there on my 3rd glass of wine. Now we're adding to the story?
I said second or third. You had one when you got there.
I just gotten there and you just said that.
And so she comes back inside. She goes up the stairs with her glass of wine, red wine, and for whatever reason, even though my bedroom door was shut, she went in there. She claims that she was pushed.
Coming up.
All I know is we heard a scream.
Okay.
So we all run up into the room, and her wine has spilled on my comforter. And
okay, some friend.
Yeah, some friend that is suing me over a blanket.
Why are you upstairs in her room?
When I took the phone call outside, I come back in, dinner's over, everyone has left the dining room. So I went to her bar, got a glass of wine like I normally do when I go to her house. Dining room's empty, room's downstairs empty. I go upstairs, check some rooms. I go to her room, my back is to the open door, and someone pushes me. I'm thinking it's part of the game. I screamed because the wine spilled all over her white blanket.
It's only 6 people in the house playing this game? Mm-hmm. Okay, did you spill the wine on the woman's comforter?
Yes, because I was pushed. I mean, the next day I offered...
But there's you can't point a finger at anybody.
Oh, of course, I offered to help, help with the situation, but not replace it.
5 people there.
Right.
Of the 5, no one admitted to pushing her?
I know for a fact none of them did because we all ran in together.
The next morning, I, apologized. I sent her a text message saying, I'm sorry that happened. I can definitely try to get it clean for you, but she
Not the next morning when you let it sit overnight, it's gone.
Right.
You bought that comforter for $550, is that what you're saying?
Yes, well, my boyfriend bought it for me as a gift.
I think she has to replace the comforter. Whether she replaces for $550 is not the thing, but if she does need to replace the comforter, it was an accident. But even if it's an accident, when you go to someone's house, you spill something, you waste something, unless they're like me, they say, oh, forget it. But very few people in the world are like that these days. When I invite people to my house for a party, I expect that things are going to happen.
Judge Maybelline.
People these days are just so into their material possessions, even though they're your friend of 10 years, and you waste something on their comforter accidentally, now you got to buy another one and it ends a friendship. Some friendship. You lose a friend of 10 years over a comforter. And a friend does more for you than that white comforter does for you. All it does is, keep a little chill off of you every now and then.
I live in Denver. I live in Denver, it's cold.
No, I don't think you know what a friend is, because there's nowhere in the world.
I don't think she knows what a friend is. You don't know her past.
I know your present, and I know what you've said standing there before me. And in my opinion, it's not a very much of a friend.
Well,
that would take over a life of 10 years of somebody for the sake of a comforter and end a relationship.
Trust me, it wasn't just the comforter.
Okay,
I would give you
whatever. Replace the comforter. I'm not ordering $550. Go get the woman a new comforter. I'm not ordering $550. You assume the risk. So you have some risk in this when you invite people to your house. There is a risk when you invite people to your house. Well, you may not think it is. It always is.
Yeah.
That somebody may not do what you've asked them to do.
Yeah.
There's a risk.
I know.
Okay, so you assume the risk, so you get the comforter replaced, but I'm not ordering $550. Buy the woman a white comforter. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Judge Maybelline has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to buy the plaintiff a new comforter.